Asomento kiriu and soxos ra izuxalasti anentunies uranu and axi tun paraklitun tu abnef matisali tias amin alleluia. If I were to ask you about the history of Christianity in Africa, tell me what your first thoughts might be. Would you imagine missionaries arriving from Europe on these great ships, their sails billowing in the wind, filled to the brim with missionaries with Bibles in their bags, ready to deliver his word to a waiting continent? Perhaps you would think about the transatlantic slave trade and some of the worst atrocities in human history, and the purposeful misrepresentation of Scripture used to justify those crimes. Maybe you might think of the first Christian schools that would have been built during colonization. Or maybe your thoughts would be a bit more contemporary, and you'd think about Christian missionaries arriving from places like the United States or Canada, ready to spread the message while doing charitable work like building schools and hospitals. But what if I were to tell you that the history of Christianity in Africa is far older than that? What if I were to tell you that the history of Christianity in Africa is older than the Bible itself? What if I were to tell you that some of the greatest thinkers in the early church came from the continent of Africa, and that some of the first kingdoms in history to declare themselves for Jesus Christ were on the continent of Africa? My name is Adam Myrie, and I am your host. And I would like to invite you to come with me to go on a journey through the history of Christianity in Africa.